guys, well, we also welcome to My Way Tarot. This will be a general reading for the sign of Aries. So if you're an Aries sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mercury or North Node, then this reading will be for you. Everything that you need to know about myself, the reading or the channel can be found in the description box below. We're going to use multiple decks of cards for your reading today. We have tarot cards, oracle cards and a few personalised messages that I've created. Please bear in mind that this is a general reading, so with the messages, only take what you feel resonates and leave the rest. And please use your own sense of discernment with the messages and not force them to fit with a particular situation. All the decks I'm using are listed in the description box below, and I've already done a major shuffle of all the cards so we can pretty much get straight into your reading. So angels of love and light, could you please have clear and concise messages for Aries placements? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury and North Node. What do they need to know for the current energies? For whenever they come across these timeless tarot messages, what do they need to know, please and thank you? What do they need to know, please and thank you? Starting off the reading today with the Tea Leaf Fortune cards, and then we'll move into tarot. So we just want our 3 cards from the tea leaf and then we'll go from there. Okay, we got the 3 cards. So we have Beetle, good fortune. Lovely. We have Harp, great happiness, beautiful. And then we have Archway, new opportunities, possibilities and paths opening up. Lovely. So this is looking a pretty transformational time for you. That's what I just heard. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have March. Wow, guys. So we're currently in the month of March as I'm filming of this. And, you know, it's Pisces season, and it will also be your birthday season in March as well. So yeah, Pisces and Aries placements could be really significant, or the time is now that these changes are happening for you. I do believe that in the last reading I did for you, I did say in like the title of the reading that March was going to be a really big deal for you, basically. And then we have another confirmation of that. So with this energy coming through, right, we have bowl, plenty of material things, and then underneath we have box, you will receive a gift. Love it. Okay, I'm hearing there's a lot more to unfold, and there's a lot more that's going on in your life than you may feel or realize right now. Behind the scenes is what I'm picking up on, like energetically and astrologically. So we're going to get into the Modern Witch Tarot and pull a few cards from here. So let's find out what's going on for Aries placements. What do they need to know, please and thank you? Just making sure that the cards are within the perimeter. Okay. What is going on for Aries, please and thank you? Okay. We had the Queen of Swords. So that landed pretty much on top of the archway. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So air sign placements could be important for you, or dealing with an air sign. What else is going on, please and thank you? We have the Six of Cups. One more, please. Thank you. We have the Page of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's you. Okay. And this is an energy of good news. Okay. Something exciting happening. 444 just come up on my timer. You may be seeing if that particular angel number. But that also is a representation of being divinely guided, supported and protected at this time. And we have the spiritual ally card coming through with the Six of Swords. So yeah, there is absolutely a transformational energy happening for you, a transitional energy, and you're moving from a particular position and place where things have been quite rocky into something that is a lot more, I'm hearing steadfast, a lot calmer, a lot more tranquil, a lot more peaceful for you. Okay, and I'm hearing that's very much in the near future, right? But you've intuitively known this anyway here with the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy and the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, this is like to do with your 3D reality, your physical material world, right? And we have the Three of Swords. So yeah, things have been pretty challenging, a bit confusing. You may have felt a bit lost. You've been closing up certain cycles here or tying up loose ends that have not been probably easy to do, but I feel like you've intuitively known that this is something that will be serving you for your highest good, right? you know, it's easy to say rather than necessarily do, right? But let's get into the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and we're going to clarify these cards we have in front of us. So what's to go underneath the Queen of Swords, please, and thank you. What can you please tell us about this Queen of Swords? And we have this butterfly coming through, so you may be seeing of butterflies. I'm picking up on hawks and eagles or birds of prey could be important, maybe even crows or ravens. I'm picking up on cardinals or even robins. I just heard bluebird. There's spiritual meanings and significance to all of those. So if any of them are really coming up a lot in your reality, it may be worthwhile because there may to look it up, because there could be additional messages in there for you as well. But let's see what's going on here with the Queen of Swords, please, and thank you. What can you tell us with this for Aries? Okay, well that really wanted to fly out. So we have the Four of Wands, the 1111 card. You may be seeing 1111. Strength card, Leo energy. You may have Leo placements, or potentially there could be someone in your midst you're dealing with is a Leo or has Leo placements, whether that's a family member, a friend, potentially a romantic interest, a person that you work with, something along these lines. We have the Six of Pentacles. Okay. What's to go underneath the Six of Cups? I'm just going to pull the cards first before I get into some more messages to get the kind of vibe of what's going on here. So what's to go underneath the Six of Cups? Okay, Ten of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands. Wow. Well, we have the Ace over here with the Page carrying of this Ace. So yeah, there's something very significant unfolding. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And two more, please. We have the Moon, Pisces energy. We just not long ago had the new moon in Pisces. And the Eight of Swords to finish off over here with the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the Three of Wands, and the Devil, Capricorn, with the Six of Swords, Two of Wands, and the World. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius coming through. Okay. So we've seen here, guys, that basically we have a cycle closing and a new one beginning, right? We have this Ten of Wands over here, and then soon after we have of this Ace. So it's literally like you've been on the precipice of emerging into this new reality, this new chapter, or turning over a new leaf for yourself. But potentially there has been somewhat difficulty with making this particular transition, as there's certain things that are coming up in your physical reality that have been kind of burdening you. So therefore there's a sense of not being able to have this sense of tunnel vision and hyper focus on getting to a particular position and place that you'd like for yourself, because there's always seems to be something else that's coming up whereby you're having to attend to first. But what I'm getting is that there may be some important discussions that you're having with people to say, look, you know, I am willing to be there and of a helping hand and, you know, give of my time, my effort, my energy, etc. But at this moment, there are things that are happening whereby I'm just not in a position and place to be giving as freely as I have done in the past, because there's something that is a bit more pressing in my life. Whether you actually tell of these people that, or, you know, whether you just kind of keep that information to yourself and then say, look, you know, maybe next time I can help you with this, or you're setting boundaries in place or saying no to certain people about what it is that they're kind of coming through and asking you to do. Because I feel like you have people that definitely ask a lot of you, okay, in some instances. And so there's been a little bit of fear, anxiety, or worry to kind of potentially either say no or to be just outright, look, I am appreciative that you have thought of me, but then in the same breath, I've just got too much on my plate right now that I'm needing to attend to, and I really appreciate the sense of consideration, but you know, I feel like you know what I'm trying to say here, guys, okay? It's even the sense like a vibe of someone asking you to assist them with like moving, like, when a friend or a family member says, look, I've got this and that to sort out and to move, but maybe you're not having an easy time because you could be the one that's wanting to move, and then you may be asking others to come through and assist you and give of a sense of support for you, but then they're the ones that come through and say, unfortunately, no, I'm not able to do all of this, and so you're doing of everything on your own. And there's a sense of hardship to do with that because you thought that these people would have carved this time for you. It's like the sense of they know that you would have been there to do that thing for them. You would make that time for them, but potentially like the shoe's on the other foot and you're coming through and asking, and they'd said, look, yeah, of course, whenever you need of this, that, and the third, I'm there. And then they turn around and say, look, actually, I can't do this. You're kind of on your own, mate. That's what I'm hearing. And there's a bit of sadness to do with this because you thought potentially you could really depend on certain individuals to kind of follow through in that instance, and then they're not. And so you're gaining some sort of clarity about, maybe even questioning to a certain degree, like whether this is just a one-off or whether this is a pattern that ends up happening, from time to time, like in the kind of build up or the time of your connection with this person. So there's a sense of reevaluating as to, are they really genuinely a solid person in my life? Can I really count and rely and trust them? And are they showcasing that sense of consistency with their actions? Or are they just kind of saying, pretty words to me and trying to kind of not necessarily fob me off, but kind of, yeah, kind of like that, but not, if you get what I mean. I don't know why that's coming through in the way that it is, but I am picking up on that. Some of you are really wanting to make some changes. If you're not moving or selling of a property or buying of a home, then there's a lot of changes that you want to make to do with your own home or a living situation. Okay, like make it something that more kind of resonates with you, right? Rather than necessarily something like, for instance, like a rental property. Okay, if you rent somewhere, there's only so much that you can do with the place, right? Without having to be in breach of the contract or what have you. Like, so there's a sense of limitations, and maybe there's been a little bit of like energy to do with, gosh, I really want to do all of this and make of these particular changes. So you could be looking up to see with what's within your limitations to do with this, so that you can make something more accommodating for you or change up certain areas in the house, so therefore there's a better flow, I'm hearing, to do with the energy. Or I'm getting like feng shui could be important for someone. But the other message that I'm picking up is you may be someone that's actually been working from home, okay, and there's been difficulties with the sense of working from home, because if you live with other individuals like roommates or family or something along these lines, or maybe even a romantic relationship, it can be a bit difficult because you may feel like you're stepping on each other's toes if you're around of each other all the time, especially if they work from home as well. And so therefore there's a sense of having an important discussion in regards to that. If not, then I'm feeling that if you are somebody that is employed and you want to have of your own thing, so you may be contemplating about whether to be legally self-employed or start of a business, so that you can work from home more often and you don't necessarily have to be in like an office or dealing with a company or anything like that. I'm picking up on somebody that does a lot of like remote work or a lot of freelance or wishes to, or someone that is trying to have a better, healthier kind of work-life balance as well. So somebody that isn't kind of bringing work home with them. Like, so they're setting certain boundaries in place with maybe a boss or a superior or something, or somebody of authority here, and just saying, look, I know and understand that there's this pressing deadline to do with this, but I'm kind of like not willing to be able to take on anything more, or I'm not physically able to because I've got so much on my plate already. And it's a sense of, you're wanting your home to be like this sanctuary for you. You want it to be this place where you can wind down, you can rest. You don't want to keep bringing work home with you. So you could be potentially standing up for yourself and speaking up and saying, look, you know, I've done this quite a while now, and I really thought that this would mean that this was something temporary, but it's been going on longer than I was expecting it to, or thought that it may have done, or that what we previously discussed. And so therefore now it's kind of encroaching a little bit on my personal life. And, you know, obviously I still want to carry on in this direction within this career, and I love this job, or, you know, I'm fulfilled with this job. But then at the same time, it's a sense of like, I don't feel like I'm kind of myself, like in some way. So potentially, like, there's been a few worries to do with your overall well-being in regards to this. And there's maybe been a fear that potentially losing of your job, or, you know, there's going to be like a decrease in pay or something that may potentially happen if you were to speak up. But if somebody that you're working with and they're, you know, reasonable, then there shouldn't really be any issues. There'll be a lot of understanding and empathy and, you know, compassion and patience, etc. But if somebody is coming through and they're saying, look, absolutely not, it's got to carry on in this particular way, and if you don't like it, you can kind of make a particular decision where you can hand in your notice or resign or what have you, and then we'll give you your last month's pay or something like that. But I don't feel like it's naturally going to be as dramatic as that. If that was the case, I mean, it could be, but whoever you're dealing with, I don't think are going to be completely unreasonable. I just feel like there's a sense of a fear of confronting a particular issue that has been weighing heavy on you to do with this particular area of your life, right? But it's a sense of just trying to be bold and stand up for yourself and say, look, this is something that's clearly not suitable to carry on in this particular way. And so therefore, I'm just kind of highlighting here that this is something that's not working out for me. And obviously, you know, if it's really affecting you, then you're not necessarily showing up in the best way that you can for yourself. But also, if you're employed elsewhere for the company, or for you're not showing up in the way that you'd like for your family or for your friends or for a relationship, etc., because of whatever is going on to do with your work, right? And all in all, you know, a happy employee is a productive employee, is, you know, a successful employee. So there's definitely something here that needs to be getting off of your chest. Or somebody could be coming through and wanting to speak to you about this, right? Obviously the roles could be reversed here, but I am getting a very specific message in regards to that. The other message I'm getting is that there may be a little bit of concern about speaking to potentially a family member or a friend. I'm getting a feminine energy here. Now, obviously, I'm reading energy rather than gender or sex, but there is a little bit of worry to do with bringing up a particular subject with someone. But I feel like, all in all, it's actually gonna cause more stress, more anxiety, and more worry by keeping back what it is that you've been wanting to say rather than just putting it out there. I'm hearing it doesn't have to be completely perfect with however something is discussed or how it's worded, but somebody is making a really big deal of it being having to be a particular way, and if it isn't, it's like the world's gonna end, or someone's gonna misunderstand what somebody is trying to say, or somebody is going to kind of poke holes in what someone's going to say. That's what I'm kind of getting that vibe, which is quite fascinating. But if you have been dealing with some sort of hardship or discomfort to do with your career, there is some good news happening in regards to this. So the potential here that you've been worrying about having a talk with someone, if it is like a boss or a higher up, it could be that you've been wanting a sense of a promotion or a bonus, right? And there's a worry that if you were to go and ask for this, even though that you've done what you've done to showcase and prove, and it's evidently clear that you've done enough to be kind of rewarded or recognized with this increase, right, over a long period of time, and you may have not had a bonus or a promotion or some sort of advancement in regards to your career for a while. It may have been a few years or something like this, and so it's a sense of like, well, I've showcased that I'm a loyal employee, and you know, I get on well with everyone here, like I get on well with the team, and you know, I do of my bit and pick up the slack and etc. So then why, you know, why would there be the sense of fear of bringing up and showcasing that this is something that I want if I'm going to stay in this particular company? I'm not getting like an ultimatum as such. I mean, I don't feel like you're putting it out there as as like an ultimatum, but it's a sense of like you just want some answers or some sort of clarity on the situation as to, look, I know that we've previously discussed this before, and you know, a few times I'm hearing actually, but I just want to kind of know where we're at in regards to this, and if we're on the same page, and potentially if there is some sort of way that we can move this forward whereby I can feel that sense of reassurance and that I'm being supported to kind of move up the career ladder as such. So that could be important for someone. Some of you may hear news to do with a legal situation, okay? That could potentially be tied to either family, to children, to a property, or something that may be work related. And this may have been ongoing for a little while, and you are someone that's in the prime position to be taking the sense of this win of whatever this is. And I feel like you've been up against it because potentially there's been someone that has been really battling against you here to try to drag out a potential outcome for as long as possible. And so therefore, like, it's just been very draining on you. Either that, or there's already been an outcome that's reached and it's working out in your favor, but potentially somebody is definitely taking their sweet time to pay out, like they're giving every excuse under the sun to delay in paying you, or so therefore you may be potentially looking into getting some sort of legal process in place whereby they have like a set amount of time to pay up, because you're kind of fed up with somebody's particular excuses about this. It's like you've given somebody the benefit of the doubt, or you've heard of everything that they have to say, and even though it's in your favor to receive of whatever this is, like a lump sum of money, or for these regular payments to come through, and they haven't been, and it's like you may have communicated with this person on the phone, or you know, text message or emails or something like this, and they said that they would do their bit and they wouldn't kind of let you down, or that they would pay up in time, and then they haven't, and so therefore there's been a little bit of awkwardness to do with this, and it's like the last resort that you're having to get something maybe done in writing to be delivered in the post for this person to know and understand and recognize that you're serious and that you're not kind of willing or wanting to be mucked about by this anymore. And I'm kind of hearing somebody say like, no more Mr. Nice Guy or Miss, nice girl, whatever the saying is, right? And I feel like you've been more than fair with someone. You've been very diplomatic and all of that, taken into account two sides of a story, and you've been understanding. But then at the same time, it's like, enough is enough. And it's kind of potentially been affecting you with paying back of certain monies to somebody else if you borrowed money, or potentially just being able to keep on top of your rent or your bills or certain additional things that you're needing to keep on top of, that could potentially be relating to, your children if you have children, or family, right? So I feel like you're going to catch some sort of wind of information so that you can close something out for good and turn your back on whatever this is and move yourself on forward. And then you don't have to kind of pay it too much mind anymore. But there potentially has been a lot of, anxiety, worry and sleepless nights to do with this. Maybe some sort of insomnia. Okay. Worrying as to when, because it kind of puts you out of pocket, I'm hearing. Some of you are waiting to hear on someone, if you're like unemployed, for instance, so you're waiting on someone to do with a job interview to get back in contact with you so that you can sign of a new contract. And I feel like somebody's going to reach out to you soon to give off the good news, to let you know that we've just had to organise a few things in the background, first and foremost. So there may have been some sort of delay with getting back in contact with you, and you may have been imagining like the worst case scenario here, that you haven't got of a particular position, and actually you do have of it, or you will be given of this. You have been chosen for this particular position, but because there's been the sense of delay or setbacks that you have been unaware of, that's been going on behind the scenes, you're not privy to this information, and so therefore it's made you think, of all sorts of things about potentially about questioning of yourself, or questioning whether you did a good job in the interview, or questioning as to whether they're ever going to get back in contact with you, or they've just kind of left you hanging here, that type of thing. So I feel like there's news in regards to that coming in as well. Some of you may be traveling more for work, okay? That could be potentially that there is a longer commute if you're going to be moving at quite a distance for this new position or place, so a longer commute could be significant. Or it could be the complete opposite, whereby you're not having to commute and go into work as much, and that you can work from home or just go into the office or whatever a few days a week, something along these lines. And then this works out better for you. Okay. But travel is important here. There may be a holiday that you're wanting to go on, or you just come back from a holiday, but there could be something in regards to making plans for the spring or the summer coming up, and you may want to go on holiday, maybe with a romantic interest, potentially for some of you, or if you're just wanting to go and take a solo trip or go with some friends, there could be a celebratory tone I just heard to do with this holiday. Potentially there could be someone that's like, who's just got engaged, or they're getting married, and so there could be a party or an anniversary, so you could be flying off or traveling by boat, or I'm hearing ferry or plane, something like that, or a train even, right, to get to this particular destination so you can enjoy the celebrations. with this kind of person or these group of people, and it could be something quite special. Or you're planning a trip for someone, or someone's planning a trip for you, right? And you may not be any of the wiser, or the person that you're planning it for isn't any of the wiser about it. Some of you are worried that if you were to go forward towards someone and say that you want to spend some quality time with them, that you may be met with a flat no. I don't believe that necessarily is the case. I feel like someone's kind of not making a mountain out of a molehill to do with this, but there is a lot of overthinking involved and worried about potential like rejection as to whether somebody would be open to whatever it is that you're proposing or offering here if you were to spend some quality time together, whether that is, you know, to meet up for a coffee or to go to a party together or go on a date or go on a holiday, something along these lines, right? But I'm hearing that especially if it's romantic and there is someone in particular that you would like to work things out with, like maybe to reconcile if there has been a little bit of tension between the connection or not much happening, you may be wondering as to whether you and someone are on the same page. I feel like you may be feeling very much inclined to reach out to this person, or this person is in regards to you, to find out, you know, to test the waters in regards to this and see if you want to reconcile, if you're wanting to build on things. So there may be that sense of not like an impulse to reach out to this person, but because I feel like there has been, you know, a lot of considered thought that's gone into before approaching of this individual. First and foremost for maybe quite some time. And I feel like you both are going to be fine. You know, you'll be able to work this out, whatever this is. And there's this kind of wish fulfillment potentially coming through, especially in regards to love. Now, some of you, if you've been dealing with a connection romantically with someone, there potentially could have been a breakup recently or a separation, or it's been on your mind as to whether to follow through with this breakup with this person. Yeah, now's the time for kind of like make or break in regards to certain connections, as I do believe that Venus retrograde has now entered your sign, Aries. So there is a lot that's unfolding, and obviously we have Mercury retrograde happening in mid-March as well, I believe, and also the lunar eclipse in Virgo in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll have the solar eclipse in your sign, Aries, at the end of the month. So yeah, March is very impactful for you guys especially. So there's a lot of kind of fated events that are taking place, and whatever isn't meant to be in our lives will kind of be removed from our lives, whether that's something that we do of ourselves, we come to certain realizations about things, or whether certain truths or secrets are revealed, certain illusions are kind of showcased, and then the veil of these particular illusions is kind of taken away, and so therefore we have this sense of stark clarity about what we're dealing with, or who we're dealing with, or who we're surrounding ourselves with. So yeah, there is a lot going on, but I just want to quickly look into the personal messages that I created in regards to love. So some of you may be receiving like a reward or some sort of accolade to do with your work as well. There may be like in a certain event that you're invited to receive of this particular award. I know that recently we've had the Oscars, and we've had the Brit Awards and a few other things that have been going on, right? So I'm getting that type of vibe, like something about you and your work has really stood out, and that could be important here, especially if you work in a company, or if it's something that you're self-employed and it's to do with your business, then there may have been people talking about you, not necessarily behind your back in like a malicious way or anything like that, but you've definitely been a hot topic of conversation, and you don't really know about this. There are people talking about you, like, and you haven't even entered into some of these rooms, but they only have very good things to say about you. So they could be wanting to like nominate you for an award, or they're wanting to showcase their sense of appreciation and gratitude in one way or another. Maybe if you're someone that's like a content creator, an influencer, or you work online a lot, right? You could be receiving certain donations here, assistance and help in regards to resources or some sort of investment. There could be an improvement to do with numbers going up, finances going up, business opportunities and contracts going up. Okay, wow. What else going on here? Let me just carry on. Sorry, that was my fault. Bear with me. I keep getting more and more messages that come through, like, as I'm sitting here. But let's see what's going on. Wow, romantic offer. So, yeah, there's definitely someone wants to come through with a romantic offer, or you're going through towards someone with this romantic offer. Somebody's been debating about whether to do it, but I feel like they are going to do it. Okay, they're going to let you know that they're very interested in you. And not just necessarily on a physical level, right? But I feel like this person may be recognizing a deeper connection with you, and so it's like they want to explore this. What else here, please? For Aries. Okay, these wanted to come through. So we have everything we went through was worth it for this divine love. Okay, so you could be dealing with a high-level soulmate, past life connection, twin flame. I'm getting strong high-level soulmate or twin flame, potentially, maybe past life. But look, we have vacation. I do believe I was talking about that. So somebody may want to come through and, you know, treat you, okay, to a trip, or just so that you can spend quality time together. And I'm hearing I'm coming home, baby, now real soon. So yeah, there's definitely like a connection where you and someone haven't had much happen between the two of you, but they're having the courage and the confidence to come through, to come back around and showcase, look, I am pretty serious about this, and I'm sorry that I didn't showcase of this before, or I'm hearing if I know I was a bit immature or childish, or I didn't take, you know, what it was that you were saying in the way that I probably should have been taking it. I'm getting that for some reason. Okay, I got caught looking at your picture or photos, so there could be a bit of drama unfolding, like if this person's been looking at your picture, your photos, your social media, right, and they may have been found out by others, maybe if it was with a third party situation, whether that's romantic or not, and there's been a bit of confusion to do with this. I want to tell you how I really feel. So somebody's getting ready to come through, let you know how they truly feel about you. What do we have here with the general messages for Aries in this deck? So we have strong Leo and Pisces coming through. We have fire, air, water, and earth. So pretty much all the signs. 666, 444, 888, 555, 1010, 111, 1111, 818 could be significant as well. And the numbers that I mentioned previously in the reading as well, leading up to this point. So we have stronger than ever, overcome trials and tribulations and challenges. Well, yeah, you've definitely not had it easy, okay? But if anyone can handle this upheaval or difficulty, it will be you. Health is wealth, so you were talking about that earlier. There's a lot more focus on your health. And I'm feeling not just purely on like a physical appearance basis. I'm picking up on like mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, maybe financial health. Like I'm just getting that overall you could be looking at changing certain habits that you have, or certain ways that you cope to deal with certain things. Is it really healthy for you to carry on in a particular way? So there's a reassessment to do with that. I'm kidding. Okay, so your past doesn't determine your future. So just because we've gone through some bad things in our past doesn't mean that they kind of, you know, happen and repeat. But there's some healing that you have been doing. So I feel all in all that actually it's not likely that whatever you experienced in the past is to be happening again, because of the amount of work that you've been doing on yourself, and you've been pretty consistent in regards to this. So there is going to be a completely different outcome to how something could potentially unfold in the future than what you may have this kind of preconceived idea or fear or notion of, or anxiety about, because of wondering if something's going to be a repeat from the past. And so there could have been a bit of worry and apprehension about stepping into maybe something new, however that may resonate, because it, for some reason, it gives you a reminder of something similar from before. So you feel like, oh my gosh, red flag, when actually there isn't a red flag, if you get what I mean. That's a very specific message for someone, but I am getting it for a reason. Tapping into spiritual gifts. So yeah, your intuition is definitely heightening at this time. A spiritual awakening of the dark night of the soul could be significant. Ascension symptoms here. You know, I'm picking up on vivid dreams, astral travel, lucid dreaming. Seeing more signs and synchronicities, or getting extra messages from the universe, maybe in regards to songs. I'm hearing song lyrics could be important. New money. So yeah, you have new money coming through and a career change. Right, love it. So let's look into the angel answers and find out what's going on for Aries. What's going on for Aries, please and thank you. But all in all, guys, this is really lovely energy. I mean, there is definitely some sort of celebration coming through, especially if you're like, there's a particular milestone or a goal that you've wanted to hit, and you're getting closer than ever to achieving of this, and it means a great deal to you. There'll be people that want to celebrate you with whatever this is. Okay, perfect timing. Everything unfolding in perfect timing. Beautiful, and no need to worry. I mean, I've said that, I feel like a broken record sometimes, but I know how many times I've said about anxiety or worry or, you know, all of that, but you don't need to worry. There's something that's going to reassure you that everything unfolds in the way that it needs to. 44 minutes and 4 seconds on my timer as I say that. And I do believe at the beginning of the reading, 4 minutes and 44 came up on your timer. So as I go to look up, it's there again, right? So the angel answers are letting you know, look, we're here, we're supporting you, and there's no need to worry. Everything will unfold in the way that it needs to, okay? And the other reason why there's been the sense of worry, because maybe you feel like you've been misinformed or you don't have enough information, and so you want more information to kind of settle your nerves. So whether that's you getting more information like from within yourself in regards to tapping in with your intuition and your emotions, your feelings here, or whether that is information outside of you and you're researching of something or wanting to talk to someone and get that information, or you're reading up about it. But one more card, please, for Aries. Get more information came out, goodness. So yeah, there's an emphasis on getting more information about something, and remain positive. Okay, remain positive, don't stop, so keep going and the situation will improve. So if you felt like you wanted to kind of stop here or give up on something, I'm getting guided to say, well, don't. But obviously that depends on however that may pertain to you. But anyway, guys, that's all the messages I'm picking up on. So I hope that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much to those of you guys who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys in those comments when I can. I do enjoy reading those, so thank you. Please hit the notification bell so you get an alert as to when I post another video for you and you don't miss out on future updates or content made available on the channel. And please feel free to check in with your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury and North Node placements in the other zodiac sign readings that I provide, so you can gain more insight for your timeless tarot messages. But sending love and light your way, many blessings, please take care, and I'll see you and speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye guys.